We're live. You didn't even tell me. I was like, why is the counter counting up? Because usually it counts down to when we're live.
Oh, like
Hi.
5, 4,
3,
3, 2,
2,
1,
yeah.
go, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so then all of a sudden I was looking at it and I'm like, it's counting up?
Yeah.
That's weird. Hi, guys. We're live. Rise and Grind. Episode 20.
Let's
Benchmark.
It is a benchmark.
It is
but then
a
like
benchmark.
25 is going to be a benchmark, and
I'm looking for 52.
oh cool.
That's my goal. 52.
Amber's on, Ilsa's on.
Or I should say, what, 26?
If you're actually on, you should put the little heart guy with the heart eyes.
Yeah, hard eyes.
That's one of my favorite emojis. I love emojis.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, so Rise and Grind episode 20. And for those of you interested in, today we're talking about mental strength. If you actually want to, work on your mental strength and have someone help hold you accountable for it, we're running hills at 9. So it's 8 o'clock right now. We're going to do this for about 15, 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Keith's going to do some muscle poking on me, muscle testing on me. And because he left me lopsided. He worked on like half my body yesterday. So I go through the entire day yesterday, just like walking like a little
leaning
like a little
side.
Quasimodo leg. So, and then at 9 o'clock, we're running hills and it's open to everyone.
Everyone.
Like Nutriground or not Nutriground, I don't care. But it's going to be awesome. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be awesome. I hope it's raining.
Yeah. So, episode 20, Cultivating Mental Strength. It is part of our 3-part mental strength series since there was so much to talk about. First, we kind of defined it, and then we did grit.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about how to get yourself into that mentally strong state. But first, we have to ask ourselves a question. Well, what is mentally strong? Let's revisit that. To me, it's the mind's ability to overcome challenges, both physical and emotional.
Yeah. Emotional, mental, however you want to. I guess we don't want to use the word in the definition.
I guess, yeah. It's typically
discouraged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really good. A big part of it is, and we've had an entire episode on resilience, right?
Mm-hmm.
How to bounce back from adverse positions, when you fall down, getting back up, sort of a thing, right? So, we had our couple episodes. We talked about, what is mental strength. We talked about what is grit, which is like it's part mental strength, but I think it's a really important thing that we covered in our last episode, which is really cool. But what we really didn't talk about yet is how does someone become mentally strong or more mentally strong than you currently are?
Mm-hmm.
Because, right, I think martial artists in general, especially experienced martial artists, people who've kind of been through it, they've done tournaments, they've gone through promotions, they've been in the game for a while, they are certainly mentally strong.
Mm-hmm.
But the cool thing is, martial artists like me, martial artists like you, other people in our academy, they're always looking to become more, right? It's great. I'm mentally strong, but like, what's next?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm personally always looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny because we started with this whole mental strength running hills thing.
Yeah.
And, if it was raining like it is now, I guess it's not technically raining outside, but it's going to be raining. If that first day it was raining like it was now, I probably would have been like, no, let's not do it today.
Now you're excited.
But now I
hope it's raining.
I pushed the barrier once, right? And now I just want to push it again.
I think that was I have a little thing that happened last week when we were running up the hills. Generally speaking,
when you puked?
And so what I'll do when I'm working out is I will, if I'm doing cardio, I will stop myself before I puke.
Yeah.
Like that'll be like my body. I'll if I'm feeling queasy, I stop immediately and I start taking a rest. And then last Saturday, I was like, so what if I puke? I puked and I kept going. And that was something that was I don't normally do.
Puked.
And Sophia puked. My girlfriend did as well. But for me, it was okay, puking doesn't mean I can't give anymore. Puking just means I need to puke.
Yeah.
So it was just a good that's a limit I can move past. Like the
I mean,
next time I work that hard, I just find a garbage can and I keep working.
I'm not gonna lie. I think a little bit had to do with. So we have smaller coffees today. We have I think this is the 16-ounce variety. We had to scale back from our morning coffee
The
from
24 ounce.
the 20 or 24-ounce coffees.
Yeah.
Just because like slamming coffee from 8 to 8:20 while we do this podcast, and then running violently right after just is not the best combo
It
in the
was
world.
awful on the
sit
way
in your
up. I'll tell you
stomach.
what. It's not the great best pre-cardio
So we're like,
drink.
we're just, we're dialing in the settings for this. Like, he said he was going to drink black tea. Then I'm like, guy, man, our podcast is Rise and Grind. You don't grind black tea. You grind coffee.
Sorry. I was trying to look out for my best interest, but anyhow.
I'm trying to get a sponsor. So I guess
Got
I
it.
think it's still sponsored. But
Yeah.
I want to get sponsored with coffee, not tea.
I always feel like what was a good moment for me was always when I'm competing in judo or in a sport where I can get pinned, and you have to suffer and you have to claw and you have to fight, because if you stay on your back for too long, you lose 20 seconds. You have 20 seconds before you lose, and that's if they didn't have any points beforehand. And that's when you really want to, like, my mind, like,
yeah.
you want to give up. You're just like, okay, I lost this match.
Well, what about like golden scores or overtimes?
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
in like
I've actually never had to do an overtime.
Man,
I've never ever had
like,
to fight an overtime.
I've had like double overtimes in judo, and right, like by the time you get done with a regular judo match, it's only a couple minutes long. You're like, I got nothing left in the tank, and then you go back up to the line. They're like, okay, you got another minute. I'm like, but I left it all in that last one. I left it all in that one. So like you need to like really dig deep, and then you're like, okay, this is my last one. I'm going as hard as I can. Then the other dude goes as hard as he can.
Yeah.
Then you got another more, and you're both like, all right, what's left?
Ulysses S. Grant is one of my favorite quotes on that one. He's like, in battle, there will come a point where both points will feel as though they lost.
Yeah.
And the one that continues the attack usually wins.
Yeah. I like that.
And it's the one that just means when you're tired,
You're like the
you
quote
don't feel
master
like,
lately.
I like quotes. But what that like said to me was like, the person who's gonna win is the person who, has given 100% and then finds like an extra 10 to give.
Yeah.
Like, who digs in and just keeps hammering through it. And that goes for way more than war or martial arts. Like, that goes into whatever you're doing. Like, you're working on your promotion at work, or you're starting your business up, whatever you're, once you feel like you've given it all, find another 10% to give.
Yeah, definitely. I think, one way, I think I'll start with just the, way number one that people can train their own mental strength is, putting yourself into a situation that would be normally uncomfortable, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about earlier, like, if it's more academia or whatever it may be, like a Toastmasters sort of a setting,
Mm-hmm.
right? Put yourself into that, and that will challenge you, right? Start studying something that you like, but you're not normally comfortably studying it, especially doing it in front of other people. I don't care if it's like juggling or something.
Yeah.
You always want to do juggling, then go juggle in front of someone.
Yeah.
I used to juggle as a kid, so
Sophia
I'm like
juggles.
all about it. Does she really?
Yeah.
We're gonna juggle off.
She did a juggling thing where like she stood on a dude's shoulders and
I
like
can't
he
do-
juggled and she juggled at the same time. There's
On
video
Ren Fair?
evidence of it. No. This is
Something
like
on-
she just
yeah,
did
Ren
this.
Fair. But one thing I did with that, right? I did the Toastmasters for a while, and I thought that was really cool. I really want to get back into that. I did a challenge. It was called Go Ruck Challenge.
Okay.
I think I told you about it, but it's not like the Tough Mudder, and I think that is another great thing that people can do, and we'll like do stuff like that in a second. But the Go Ruck Challenge it's like kind of a military styled thing where the company that runs it was actually a backpack manufacturer, and they created the event to test their backpacks to make sure that they would hold up to like super rigorous training.
Well, that's
right?
cool.
So what it is, it's like, all the people show up in a park at night. So there's a company that actually runs it. And they say, be at this park at 11 o'clock. You get there and just people start coming in. You don't know how many people are going to be there. So there are like 30 people. And then there are a couple like military cadre who come and split you up, and they lead the groups.
Okay.
There's different lengths of the event. Like the regular challenges, they say it's 8 to 13 hours. 8 8 to 13 hours. Like
That's a long day.
You don't know how long it's going to be. You're not allowed to wear a watch. It starts at night, so there's no sun, and you just like go. And when I did mine, I thought it was really cool that for one, like you don't know what you're doing, you don't know where you're going, you don't know what the plan is. I did mine in Chicago, so like we were walking around. I'm like, I have no clue where I am. It was raining the entire time.
Oh yeah.
You have a backpack with literally 30 pounds of bricks in it.
Nice.
Plus all the other gear that you need. Mm-hmm. Like they check it.
You did this?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
I did it quite a few years ago with a couple of friends when I did CrossFit.
That sounds great.
But talk about like a cool way to challenge your own mental strength.
Yeah.
They made us get into Lake Michigan.
Oh really?
It was miserable. I'll tell you, it was miserable. But it was like when you were done, they give you a beer and it's like, cool, I did it.
Congratulations. Sort of
yeah. But the best thing about it is like everyone was so supportive, right? You were surrounded by a good group of people that just wanted to help you get through it. Mm-hmm. Oh, I should mention they also make you bring a $20 bill for a cab,
so you can drive back.
Yeah, like if you need to get a cab back to where you started, like you need to have a credit card or $20 on you.
Wow.
Because they're not gonna they'll just send you home.
Yeah, if you quit, they're like, leave.
Yeah,
right?
Pretty much. Or like I think we had one guy had to go to the hospital.
Oh,
for some medical thing.
Sure.
Not anything like crazy serious, but like people are getting like huge blisters.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah, you gotta come.
Whatever, dehydration.
Can I say?
You can say damn.
Okay.
It's fine. I think we're far enough in the video. People aren't going to catch it. But like that was, one I think the coolest things, single event sort of things that I did that challenge mental strength. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people get into Spartan races, right?
Those are cool.
People who are like runners who want to
Spartan
challenge
ultra
themselves.
beasts are insane. Yeah. We have to like drag around an anvil for like a mile and then like.
Or like doing Tough Mudders, but if you're a runner and you run all the time. Okay, you do a marathon, you do whatever, half marathon, you do a bunch of those. You did something that you were uncomfortable at first, but now you're probably comfortable doing it, even though it's it's still hard.
Yeah,
you're comfortable. So how can you take it to the next level? Well, start adding something else to your running.
You can do that,
right? Come run hills with us on Saturdays.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to sell it.
I've
been doing a good job.
I have a coworker who he looks like an athlete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's slender, he's like lithe, and he looks like an athlete. And I didn't know what he did. And then I find out this guy runs like 100-mile races.
That's bonkers.
This guy does like ultra marathons. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, it's no big deal. And I'm like, no, that's a big deal. You can run 100 miles. He's like, I'll run 100 miles and 50 miles back. And I'm like, that's amazing. That's the most incredible thing I've ever heard. I can run up a hill 10 times. Like I can't.
That's crazy. I know.
That's nuts.
It is.
That takes some mental strength. It has to.
Definitely. Or just like pure ludicrousness. Mm-hmm.
And I think what makes this all possible for me, especially doing things that I don't like doing, and from doing the mat chats, from being live on Facebook, and then to running, is having people there with me to like help me. Whether it's Perry, what are you laughing at?
Your first Facebook Live video.
Oh, I panicked. I literally I fumbled. Like I was like, turn it off. Like, but it was hard for me. It was really uncomfortable. Yeah. This was uncomfortable for me at first. Talking to the students when I first started like getting involved with started taking on more responsibility with the kids program was very difficult for me. I hated it. I did not like speaking.
But for now, for you, it's like what's next, and I think. Your biggest one that you're getting over is like having someone else teach your class to your standards. Like that's a whole battle in its own too.
And then I know like to be respectful, like I shouldn't chime in every 2 seconds, even though I want to. And like, that's like, my thing. But I can definitely agree with putting yourself in uncomfortable situations and then having somebody who's there for you. Accountability partner or a group, like when you come run hills with us on Saturdays, there's a whole group. It's super supportive atmosphere. Whenever I'm teaching kids class, I've always got Perry around the corner to help me out.
I played Sharks and Minnows with the kids and I burned both of my feet with Matt Byrne. Yeah, it's still there.
He did that. Yeah,
it's still there.
Kids games, dude, they're brutal.
Those 6-year-olds.
But then also having somebody who's gonna like, I wouldn't say. They're gonna push you. They're not gonna be like, "Oh, you want to quit? Okay,
like
come home. Here's some soup."
Like baby you, right?
Yeah.
Like someone who knows your limits better than you do.
Mm-hmm.
right?
A good
And we,
friend, a coach, someone who wants to see the best for you.
yeah, exactly.
Um,
So I definitely think that's, all of that is kind of one thing you can do, right? Put yourself in uncomfortable situations. I tell people all the time, jujitsu is literally learning to be comfortable in uncomfortable
that's
situations.
literally
From
the art of it.
day one of your awkward first class to, you know, 10 years later when someone's got you in some weird armbar and you're like, I can either panic or I can be comfortable and try to find a way out of this, right? So, martial arts is a great way to do it. Find something within something you already do that's like the next level, or maybe it's something parallel. Like we said, if you're a runner and you do running, try something like a Spartan race. Take yourself outside your comfort zone. If you don't do anything, just go try to work out. Join a group workout class, right? I always tell people all the time. People tell me like, "Hey, how can I get into working out?" I'm like, "Well, one, my first recommendation is always go buy some new pair of clothes, like new pair of shoes, new pair of shorts, a new workout shirt. It works like a charm. It'll get you to the gym
Because you're like,
because you bought it, and
I
then you're like,
invested in
yeah,
this.
yeah. Because then you're like, oh, my shoes don't feel good when I work out.
Go buy new shoes.
Go buy new shoes. Just do it. But do a group class, right? Or get a personal trainer.
Groups
Like
are so much better.
I'm very good. I'm very disciplined at working out by myself, but not everyone has that personality type. So get someone who's going to hold you accountable for it, right? Who knows? Maybe it's CrossFit, maybe it's Monkey Bar, maybe it's a group class at Foreign Fitness, maybe it's a personal trainer. But do it with someone else. Stay social with it. Post that. Check that on Facebook. I don't care. I tell my people to check it on Facebook all the time.
Well, for us, because it's good.
Oh yeah, we also donate to charities.
We check in. We give to a good cause every month.
Stay social.
Yeah.
Stay social with it. There's apps like Strava that every time you run, it'll share your run.
You always got some crazy rap.
I don't use that. My coworker who runs marathon or Ironmans uses Strava when he trains, and he's got like training groups that people can see their runs and stuff. I know. I just got a message from Stotts.
I'm so disappointed in him.
He's not running. Anyways, I think one other thing, actually, I probably have two other things. One is just being flexible, right? Having flexibility, not like, touch my toes flexibility, but being flexible in situations.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So, like, you could be super mentally strong and try to, like, hammer through situations. But part of mental strength is being able to, like, take a step back and finding the best solution for you.
Yeah, don't be like so rigid that when something goes wrong, you kind of like fall apart, or like you need things like, no, we're doing it this way. Like you have to be willing to like kind of roll with the punches and like say that you're absolutely correct. I think that's an underrated aspect of mental strength is your ability to kind of like adapt to the things that don't go your plan to plan and the new things that come up. That's a big thing.
Yeah. And, my last one, and this is my last bit of advice that I don't go to. Yes, Vivian, give me your book with your that help with your mental game. Of course you can offer that book. I'm excited to see what it is. Now I can't stop watching the screen. But my last thing is train your body. And we've talked about this, I think, with confidence. And we can talk with it about a lot of other things. You can't work on your brain. You can't work on your confidence. It's more difficult to help other people unless you are in good physical health yourself first. Like you need to start with your own core, right? The more physically tough I am, when I train my body, it does train my mind. Because for me to get physically tough, my brain needs to be in the right spot, right? For me to go run hills today, and to do that, like my brain needs to say, yeah, let's do that. Right. But I had to get my way there. Right. Our first time we ran hills, for one, I was like, no. But we did 6.
We did 5.
5.
He keeps saying
then
6.
how many did you do? I'm trying to just give myself an
We did 5.
How many did you and Robbie do?
Then we did 8.
And I missed that one. And then I came back. I did 5, missed a weekend. Then we did 10.
Yeah.
Like if you train your body, your mind will train with you.
Yep, right. And I did not want to do 10 last Saturday. If it wasn't for Perry, I wouldn't have done 10 because I puked at 8, and I was like, I'm good. Like I was like I did 2 weighted runs.
Then I was like,
Like
Sophia needs to wear the vest, the 20-pound vest, and then
and
Mikey.
Talon's, and then I was like, okay, I got one more in a mini. And Perry's like, 2 more. Talon, you got 2 more in you. We're doing 2 more. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And like that's all it took.
When you think you're done, you're only 40% the way there.
So that means I can do like 20.
For sure.
That's not how math works.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's not 40%.
Cool. Well, those are my tips, at least for today. Do you have anything else?
I think we hit all the hot ticket buttons for me.
Vivian's book was Braving the Wilderness by Brené Brown. I'll definitely make sure I check that out.
My thing, you want to do martial arts. Do martial arts and stick
Do
with
something.
it.
Do something physical.
My thing is martial arts, but
do something to develop your body. Do something to develop your mind.
do martial arts. Do martial arts.
Jiu-jitsu. Was this ASMR?
Yes.
We'll do an ASMR video another day. If you don't know what ASMR is, look it up. You'll
Make sure you watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, it'll train your brain in a weird way. Anyways, like this, share this.
Please.
Help your friends become mentally strong. You got to be there for them. They'll be there for you. Awesome. Peace out. Thanks, guys.